Good morning. Let's take a moment to greet each other in worth and dignity. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Transylvania County on this wonderful rainy morning. I'm Janice Cannon, your worship associate for today. It's so good to see all of you here in the midst of our much-needed rain. We're an oasis where each person enriches us all as we unite this loving, warm, healing congregation. If you're visiting with us today, please join us after the service for what we call Super Sunday. It's a lunch, and you'll get a chance to sit with us and talk some. Yum. Before I move on with announcements, I just, this is an announcement. Reverend Bob's wife, Christy's mother, passed away this week. And we'll be talking more about that in the joys and sorrows. But we want to extend our just deepest sympathy and support during this time where she has lost her mother and her father within the last few weeks. Yeah. We're gonna, thank you for reminding me to mute my phone. Maybe. Okay. We're going to have a pride picnic on June 7th. And I hope all of you will join us. There is information about it on the desk outside the office. Next Saturday, the 30th, is our annual spring cleanup day for our campus.
Bob, come with me.
Okay. Thanks for the warning.
This is a pretty big campus, and our crew is small, and we want to look our best selves for the Pride Picnic. So if you please, rain or shine, come on the 30th morning, 9 to 12. We will give you work to do. Thank you so much.
Windows to clean, and if we're driven inside for some reason, whatever, there's windows to clean and tables and chairs that we put off actually for this event. But if we were to be driven inside, we would pursue that. So anyway, there's tons of things to do. And I think Linda Darnell is going to be in charge of telling people, giving people assignments.
Yes.
So
yes, Linda, raise your hand, Linda.
Yes. So if you come, please come. And looking for someone to tell you, give you a chore, Linda Darnell is the one. So
thank you.
Please,
thanks very much.
Please come.
Okay, also Habitat for Humanity needs some volunteers on June 3rd from 9 to 2. It's for painting and construction. The tasks are geared for old people. So sign up. Speak to Nancy Richards for more information about that. Please save the date on June 10th for our wonderful Wednesday dinner at 5:30 and concert at 6:30, joining us for an evening of fellowship and music with the talented folk duo Friction Farm. Speaking of Friction Farm, our guest speakers and musicians today are Aidan Quinn and Christine Stay, who make music and meet the world as Friction Farm, a modern folk duo. They tour internationally, performing at festivals, venues, libraries, living rooms, singing ballads to anthems filled with harmony, hope, and even a little humor. Friction Farm aims to give voice to the less heard, celebrate good trouble, and remind us that our collective strength can create things, can create change. When not making music, Aidan and Christine are working on a sustainable house and native garden. To lead us into our worship service this morning, Aidan and Christine will sing their own creation, Everything Will Be All Right.
Did you ever think that there'd be days like this? Standing at your front door, trying to get a grip on the way the world's been torn into bits. It doesn't seem to be a place where you still fit. Well, everything'll be alright. Everything'll be alright. You got friends all around you. Everything'll be alright. Everything'll be alright. Let the light of love surround you. You stand still, just don't know what to do. Every move just sends you in an endless loop. You're wrong, no matter what you do. You didn't mean to break them, but someone changed the rules. But everything'll be alright. Everything'll be alright. You got friends all around you. Everything'll be alright. Everything'll be alright. Let the light of love surround you. Now the wind may not be at your back today. Any minute now, the weather's gonna break. Like time and tide, we have built for change. Step outside, don't be afraid, 'cause everything'll be alright. Everything'll be alright. You got friends all around you. Everything'll be alright. Everything'll be alright. Let the light of love surround you.
Thank you, Aidan and Christine. Our chalice lighting this morning. Please join me in unison and remain seated. We seek our place in the world and the answers to our heart's deep questions. As we seek, may our hearts be open to unexpected answers. May the light of our chalice remind us that this is a community of warmth, of wisdom, and welcoming of multitudes. And now this is our time to lift up our people who express joys and sorrows. I don't know who this is from, but we're lighting a candle for Christy Ringillian, for her mom, Diane Simonson, who passed away on May 21st, this past Thursday. And Nancy Richards gives us prayers for Christy and Reverend Bob as they face the loss of Christy's mother. I hope they will feel the love and support of this whole community. Sandy Jones asked that we hold her daughter in the light while she weathers a severe mental health crisis in Baltimore. We light a candle of joy for our dear friends, Buddy and Sue, visiting from Virginia. This is from Susan Mosley. And a candle of special joy from our Kay that Jim and Sue Null are with us this morning. And we'll light one more candle for those joys and sorrows that remain unspoken this morning. Spirit of love and light, we hold dearly those who have come forward to express these joys and concerns, and we lift up these messages to the universe and affirm that the joys will be celebrated and comfort and healing will be had by those in need. Amen. We're going to sing Spirit of Life a cappella this morning. Okay, good. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Our opening words this morning are also in unison. It will be on the screen. It's Light of Our Creative Spirits by Tracy Johnson. Light of our creative spirits, light of our wise souls, light of our wondering and curiosity, light of love for this place, this people, this work. Illuminate our hearts and the spaces between them in this sacred time of unfolding. Blessed be. Our first hymn this morning, our opening hymn is 131, Love Will Guide Us.
Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night.
At this time, we'll ask our ushers to come forward to take our offerings. This is the time to give from your hearts to support our congregation and our wider community. Our charitable giving this month goes to the Haven. You will find the special envelope for the Haven in the offering plate.
Spread a little sunshine, be a ray of light. You can make the darkest day seem a little bright. Spread a little sunshine, be a ray of light. No time like the present to make the future bright. I got a new pair of pants with no holes in the pockets. Got a few coins in there and I like the way they sound. Every song sounds better when everybody sings along. Gonna spread those coins around. Spread a little sunshine, be a ray of light. You can make the darkest day seem a little bright. Spread a little sunshine, be a ray of light. No time like the present to make the future bright. Like a magic trick, those coins find hands that need. It takes so little to stand on solid ground. A little bit of independence brings so much peace of mind. Gonna spread that joy around. Spread a little sunshine, be a ray of light. You can make the darkest day seem a little bright. Spread a little sunshine, be a ray of light. No time like the present to make the future bright. Spread a little sunshine, make make the future bright. Spread a little sunshine, make the future bright.
Thank you for your gifts given from your heart. What we receive, we accept with great gratitude.
Morning. Good morning. I am going to invite you into a space of meditation. And this very short meditation is an introduction to Shoshin, which is the Buddhist's beginner's mind. That's an attitude of openness, of curiosity, and of embracing not knowing. So I ask you to begin by just kind of lowering your gaze. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, and take a couple of breaths. Relax, just in and out. As you breathe, imagine that these are your first breaths. You have no expectations. You're not doing it wrong. There's nothing to fix. Where does your breath go as you inhale? To your mind, to your belly, to your toes. As you exhale, do you feel a lightness anywhere? A release, maybe a softness? Each inhale is new, nothing carrying over from the last. Each exhale sends your breath into the world. A small part of you shared with the air, the trees, animals, water. It circles out and comes back to you with a small part of the air, the trees, animals, water. Each inhale is a beginning, a fresh, new introduction to the world around you. Open your eyes and return to this brand new world.
There's a man coming toward me down Hudson Street. He's got squared off shoulders and turned out feet. His head swinging side to side with the beat. Walking a big bulldog at the end of a leash. I slip in for coffee behind a regular Joe. He orders half calf, no fat, low foam latte to go. Chums his fingers while he's waiting, checks his watch, then his phone, and rushes out with a miniature dachshund in tow. Is it some strange version of vanity? Are they searching for true family? Are they drawn together subconsciously? Does change occur more gradually? Why? Do people look like their dogs? I hope you'll sing the whys with us next time. Big guy watches TV. He drinks beer from a bottle. Brings home a new greyhound, a sleek racing model. Does he get into shape, finally rev up the throttle? Or does that tiny greyhound start to walk with a waddle? My charming neighbor, she looks good for her age. She's thinking about buying a little Shar-Pei. How that will turn out, no, I couldn't say, but a smoother dog might just be the best way. Is it some strange version of vanity? Are they searching for true family? Are they drawn together subconsciously? Does change occur more gradually? Why? Do people look like their dogs? We've made a few trips to the ASPCA to find a new best friend who will help make our day. A full-grown dog of unspecified breeding, 'cause they're the most loving and they're the most needing. Is it some strange version of vanity? Are we searching for true family? Are we drawn together subconsciously? Will change occur more gradually? Why? Once more. Why? Do people look like their dogs?
Nice harmonies, y'all.
Why would we open a spiritual service in this sacred space with such a silly song? Well, I'll tell you, a while back we lived in the West Village neighborhood of Manhattan. And I was sitting on a bench outside the laundromat, and a woman walked by me. She was a large woman, probably technically overweight. She had a wide, plodding gait and a very stern expression. But she also had a bulldog. And I saw all of the characteristics, all of her characteristics, reflected in that dog, or perhaps vice versa. Now, there was a time in my life, actually the day before that particular day, when I might have thought less of her for being overweight, for looking grumpy. But I couldn't think that about the dog. How absurd is that? That I could have more compassion for a dog than a person. And I decided I needed to change that outlook. I saw people on the streets of New York every single day. A parade of oddity or hypernormality, of intentional beauty or ugliness. Every person had something. And I was curious. But the people of New York, they're in motion. So they don't really have time to gab with strangers. And I began to write their backstories in my mind. In my imagination, they were not all wonderful humans, but they were interesting and quirky. And they all had a reason for being as they were. And I could make peace with nearly all of their behaviors. And it was pretty easy because they were fictional. And then we moved south. I was still curious, but life moved at a slower pace, and people were much more chatty. They were nonfiction, and I liked them less. I judged them more. I still had a curious mind, but it turns out I did not have a curious heart. My heart had lines of good and bad, of right and wrong, righteous and evil. Those aren't bad distinctions for a heart to make. But because my heart runs on emotions, it makes decisions quickly, sometimes after a single conversation. And my heart is vulnerable, so it closes some doors with a slam. Now, my head knew that logically my heart was going to be making some mistakes in judgment. But my heart was beating so loudly that my head could not think. Now, as you know, I make my living as a writer. And one of the most interesting things about songwriting is to see how things intersect from different perspectives. Stories can be told in more than one way. And while facts may be facts, truths are more difficult to uncover. And I heard you talk about multiple truths. So one day, I was knocking on doors for a political candidate. You should do that, it's not scary. Well, a couple invited us in, and we sat down to chat with them, and the woman asked about our candidate's views on abortion. She was very upfront in her beliefs. She felt that abortion was murder and that it went deeply against her faith. But I was prepared for this. I didn't mention God or faith. I told her that my candidate also was saddened that women or families so often sought an abortion for so many reasons. And she wanted to reduce that number. But that my candidate also knew the best way to reduce the number of abortions sought by women was not through prohibitive legislation. There's a lot of evidence that shows that better education for women, better access to health care, and the enforcement of domestic violence laws all lower the rate of abortion. And the candidate was for all those things. And this woman, she leaned in and she listened and she nodded. Of course, later her husband changed the subject, but another story. Well, I told that story that afternoon to my fellow canvassers. And in my telling, I was the hero of the story. Of course I was. I got her to listen, to think, to consider another perspective. I found common ground. But today, I'm going to tell you the truth, and that is, she was very much the hero of that story. She asked me a question. She shared her opinion, and then she listened to my whole answer. She didn't interrupt. She didn't refute or argue. She had a curious heart. I have no doubt that her mind was made up, but she was open. So I tried to look at our intersecting views from a different perspective. Now imagine that she knocked on my door and came in and sat in my living room and asked about abortion laws. Who would be the hero in that story? How would I feel if she tried to change my mind? Would I share my opinion and then just let her speak? Uninterrupted? Without refuting her facts? Without argument? No, I would not. Would you?
Every drop of rain used to be a blessing. Turn things green and make them grow. Wash us clean when the rivers flow. Every drop of rain used to be a blessing. But somebody called it a deluge, says gonna wash everything away. We need dams and levees and plastic bins to keep us dry and safe. Now we're scared of water. We fear the wind. Pretty soon a sunny day will make us run inside again. Pretty soon a sunny day will make us run inside again. Remember when this town used to be a haven? A friend would visit and want to stay. Front lawns where the kids would play. Remember when this town used to be a haven? But somebody said crime's on the rise. You don't know who you can trust. We need 6-foot fences, alarms, and locks to protect the stuff we've got. Now we're scared of water. We fear the wind. Pretty soon a sunny day will make us run inside again. Pretty soon a sunny day will make us run inside again. The way you say your name used to erotic. Where do you come from? What's it like? Are there lots of tall buildings or flowers everywhere? The way you say your name used to sound exotic. But somebody said she's not like us. She's gonna make everything change. We need walls and rifles and more red tape to make things stay the same. Now we're scared of water. We fear the wind. Pretty soon a sunny day will make us run inside again. Pretty soon a sunny day will make us run inside again. Pretty soon a sunny day will make us run inside again. When did I become a person who could not engage in conversation? When did I become unwilling to hear an opposing view? Certainly, to some degree, I was always that person. I read, I listened, I learned, and I formed an opinion. And when opinion becomes a part of your core value, it takes up residence in the heart. It's a done deal. But over time, our social landscape has changed. Most people don't get their news from reading a newspaper anymore. We watch and listen to the news, complete with the tone of infotainment, carefully chosen graphics. These days, a lot of us don't really interact with people outside of our small circle as we once did. Those casual encounters are rare, as we have things delivered to the house. We use online services to arrange travel or appointments, even to renew our driver's licenses. We get more and more isolated from strangers, from people who are different from us. I know some people share opinions on social media, and I loved that when it started, because we started out sharing our view from the back porch, asking for a book recommendation, sharing a new recipe. But in a decade, we've just devolved into name-calling, shaming, and shouting in all caps. Part of that is human nature, but part of it is very carefully planned. As data is collected from your online social life, reading habits, spending patterns, the marketing system feeds you what you want, what they want you to see to make you buy something. The information system can build a wall around your heart. And especially if you don't recognize the bricks that it's placing. Your opinions are always reinforced and validated. And, we don't see the calm version of an opposing opinion. We see the rabid ones because they sell more ads. And so we draw even tighter and tighter circles in permanent lines. So I could tell you to just disengage from all sorts of news, media, social and otherwise. But I really think that would be just a placebo. Because our world is what it is now. All the technology, all the information, and we shouldn't hide from it. But in that version of today, how can we have curious hearts? And why should we? Because there is a line between right and wrong, a line between good and evil, love and hate. We absolutely shouldn't let a racist law stand. We shouldn't let anti-gay or anti-immigrant comments go unchallenged. But we could also look at the root causes. Homophobia, xenophobia. The root of those is fear. If a person came to you and said they were afraid, would you have a curious heart? I think you would. You might ask what they were afraid of and why.
Our neighbors who support racist practices and vote for anti-trans laws, who agree with mass deportation, they will not come to you and tell you that they are afraid. They might not even know they are afraid. They are afraid. So I challenge you to be a little bit like a songwriter and change the perspective. Ask your curious heart if you are afraid too. Are you afraid of what the world will be like if we keep oppressing people? For some perceived nonconformity? Are you afraid of the slippery slope? Afraid that a world filled with hating others will be too sad to live in? If you have these fears, wouldn't someone with a different opinion also have these fears? You know, it's almost something as simple as do unto others, but that might be perceived as ask questions unto others without the accusatory tone. What are you so afraid of? But rather, what concerns you today? Listen to others without argument or, in my case, the eye rolls. Remember that the information they see and hear is different than the information that you see and hear, and not by our own design. What if we stopped assuming the worst characteristics and motives of others, and instead opened our curious hearts? What if we stopped putting people into tiny, conforming little boxes and started seeing them for the complex humans that they are?
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish bait. The waters bring us to the surface. It's easy to focus on just two sides, but the undercurrent is part of the tide. Well, tell me, where do I fit in if I'm a soccer mom and a lesbian? Tell me. I want a better life for the next generation. I'm so much more than my orientation. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish bait. The waters bring us to the surface. It's easy to focus on just two sides. The undercurrent is part of the tide. Am I for the left or for the right? If I'm a pro-choice Christian, half black, half white. My culture of life may be absolute, but free will is part of spiritual truth. Well, that's the truth. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish bait. The waters bring us to the surface. It's easy to focus on just two sides, but the undercurrent is part of the tide. Red fish, blue fish, green fish, rainbow trout, angelfish and devil ray, barracuda, snook, orange ruffy, yellow snapper, goldfish on a hook, man-o-war, jellyfish and geothermic motion, many kinds of fish, but just one ocean.
Asking is not condoning. Listening is not agreeing. And some people really do possess the worst characteristics and motives. But, a curious heart helps us learn why people are afraid, helps us bridge a gap, and reminds us what real good and real evil are and what they are not. So if you, like this songwriter, need to make up a little fictional backstory that allows you to fully listen to someone's present story, go on ahead and do it. It isn't permanent. We can edit as we learn more about them. But the goal is to open our hearts enough to learn and to understand, because only then can we come together and move forward. Oh, we're doing a closing hymn. Hello.
We are.
Our closing hymn is number 107. That's going to be in the teal book, but you have the lyrics up there.
1007.
Mm-hmm.
It's the James Bond version.
It is, there's a river flowing in my heart.
There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul. And it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart. And it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind. And it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing, there's a river flowing, there's a river flowing in my soul.
I have some closing words. Closing words are from, they're called How to Open Your Heart, and they're from Jeff Foster. Do not try to open your heart now. That would be a subtle movement of aggression towards your immediate embodied experience. Never tell a heart it must be open. It will only shut more tightly to protect itself. A heart unfurls only when the conditions are right. Your demand for openness invites closure. This is the supreme intelligence of the heart.
join us for the postlude, if you will. You can stand or sit, but we'd like you to sing. And your part goes like this. Sing your song of courage.
I'll sing a few words.
Sing your song of justice.
One more me.
Sing your song of hope. Sing your song of peace. We are louder than guns. So it's courage, justice, hope, peace, and we are louder than guns.
Open up your door. Ask somebody in. Wage a little kindness, help in their suffering. Give up just a little bit of all that you have won. You are louder, louder than a gun.
Here we go.
Sing your song of courage. Get ready to take a stand. Sing your song of justice. Aim to lend a helping hand. Sing your song of hope. Light the fire of 1,000 suns. Sing your song of peace. We are louder than guns. Give that kid a second chance, the benefit of the doubt. Help them find a way to fit in, not look for a way out. Show them what you've learned about love and compassion. 'Cause you are louder, louder than a gun. Sing your song of courage. Get ready to take a stand. Sing your song of justice. Aim to lend a helping hand. Sing your song of hope. Light the fire of 1,000 suns. Sing your song of peace. We are louder than guns. Let go of the ancient grudge. See people as they are. Forget about the us and them. We're just dust from a single star. Practice what you preach. Be fair to everyone. 'Cause you are louder, louder than a gun. Sing your song of courage. Get ready to take a stand. Sing your song of justice. Aim to lend a helping hand. Sing your song of hope. Light the fire of 1,000 suns. Sing your song of peace. We are louder than guns. We are louder than guns. We are louder than guns. We are louder. We are louder.
Thank you all.